What is up, lit people? I'm Armenti, and welcome back to another Loomian Legacy video, guys. In today's video, I'm going to be giving my own personal theory with some other theories that I have read online in the Loomian Legacy Wiki webpage about how to get Starla, what about Starla, what type of Loomian this is, the role that this Loomian will be playing in the whole story. Before continuing this video though, this Loomian is currently not obtainable, which is why I'll be giving my theory on how we're going to obtain it. This Loomian is also not called Starla. As far as we know, this is the name that Mabel gave to it, but there's no official name on the Loomian. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say as soon as we started the video. And before we dive into the theories that I have for today, I want to start off by looking at the facts and all of the information that we have been giving on this Loomian, starting when we first saw it in the cutscene, and including the text from the NPC which this Loomian was found by. So in the game, we're talking with Lucas, Lucy, Mabel, and Jake, and suddenly this random person comes and says, "Excuse me, I'm sorry for bothering you all. I was walking along Route 8 when I came across this Loomian. It's been following me ever since. I noticed you kids were Loomian trainers and was wondering if you could help." And then Lucas and Lucy respond to this person, and then suddenly the Loomian rushes and walks up to Mabel and begins jumping, seems to be very excited. And then Lucas is like, "Hey Mabel, the Loomian likes you." Mabel is a little bit scared. Lucy's like, "You big baby, calm down, it's trying to be friendly, it's interested in you." And then Jake says, "Mabel, this is perfect. Remember how you said you were done feeling like a failure? You said that you would prove to your mother that you aren't a failure. I think this could be your next step towards that future. I think you should accept this Loomian as your partner and become a Loomian trainer. It really seems to like you and you could really use a companion Loomian." And then Mabel and Jake keep talking a little bit about the past, a little bit about messing up, and eventually, and then everyone basically is just very supportive of Mabel and tells Mabel that they're here to help her. And finally, Mabel accepts this Loomian as her new companion. And back to the random guy who approached us, then he says, "Well, now that that's taken care of, I'll be on my way, thanks for the help." And then he leaves the scene. Now, there's something that Lucy actually mentions that really caught my attention in this scene as well. So Jake comes and says, "Alright, now what's this little one's name?" And then Lucy says, "I'm not sure, I've never seen this Loomian species." And then Lucas says, "Is it like a really rare Loomian?" And then Mabel reassures, "It must be, if Lucy has never heard of it." So guys, this part is very important. So we can understand here that this Loomian is very rare. Lucy, Lucas, Jake, no one has ever heard about this Loomian before, which could bring the possibility of this Loomian maybe being a future roaming. I'll get into that theory in just a minute. But before continuing, I want to read about the dialogue that the NPC actually said. When you later approach him in game. So when you approach the NPC and you talk to him, the NPC says, "Where am I? How did I even get here? One minute I was walking the streets of Sapphire City, and the next thing I know I'm all the way out here. Could it have been? No." So guys, there's some really suspicious activities going on over here. Apparently this NPC knows a piece of information, a possible theory about what could have happened, and then he's like, "No, there's no way this could have happened, but hey, there's maybe a way that it could have happened." So now that we know that there's some mysterious things going on, let's just analyze the whole situation itself. If we look closely at Starla, we can sort of correctly assume that Starla is a mind-type Loomian. And mind-type Loomians can sometimes control people. So my current theory as to how the guy got from Sapphire City to Route 8 is basically that the guy was controlled by Starla, and somehow he went from Sapphire City to Route 8, and then Starla simply appeared there, and then he's like, "Hey, I've never seen this Loomian before." As he mentions, this Loomian has been following him, and he really wants to take care of this Loomian. So yeah, that's my theory, that Starla pretty much just mind controlled this dude from Sapphire City and ended up taking him to Route 8. Now let's talk about my theory as to how we're going to get this Loomian later in the game. I do really believe that this Loomian is going to be a soft-resettable roaming later in the game. Now you guys may ask, why do you believe this Loomian is going to be a soft-resettable roaming later in the game? Well, there's a really good theory that I've been reading on the Loomian Legacy Wiki that I want to share with you guys. So the user RoxyIEL said 3 days ago in the wiki the following: "What if Mabel is like Lily? And then Roxy provides the comparison of, for those who don't understand, Lily has a Cosmog named Nebby. It evolved into Solgaleo, the legendary Pokemon representing Sun/Ultra Sun. Lily had mother problems too, but it got resolved after the end. Mabel has mother problems too, right? Maybe they will resolve it after meeting again. Lily is scared of Pokemon. Mabel is also scared of Loomians. She immediately freaked out and became disgusted when Starla licked her and approached her. So maybe it will be the same for Mabel and Starla. And I really do like this explanation. This could possibly be an approach that the developers are taking with Mabel. And maybe Starla is the first evolution of a future roamer. We still don't know that yet, but like I said, I do really believe that Starla is going to be a roamer later on in the game. And we're going to get this Loomian, maybe suffer setting for it as the story progresses. There's another theory that I also want to read about that's in the wiki. Posted by the user Jovial2099, and his theory is Starla is a legendary Loomian. So Jovial says, now what if Starla is a legendary Loomian like Cosmog and Mabel is like Lily? Now this theory would be true and interesting, but I highly doubt Starla is a legendary Loomian. Theory is divided into why I think Starla is a legendary and why not. Why I think Starla is a legendary Loomian. Now this theory could be true for many reasons, like Lucas not knowing its species, but the main reason is its appearance and after the talk from the person that gave Mabel the Loomian. Now if you go back and talk to the person that gave Mabel the Loomian, this person looked confused as if they didn't know where they were, or as if they were commanded by Starla to do this. Now even more proof is its mind type looking appearance and more on why it was in a place where this Loomian couldn't be found. So this Loomian was basically in Route 8 and you cannot encounter Starla in Route 8. So this really brings a theory that it actually could be a roamer. Now let's listen to the other side. Why I don't think it's a Loomian. I highly doubt that this is going to be a legendary Loomian due to Llama Train Studio teasing us like they did with Guppy. But due to the lack of proof in this theory, I must say Starla could be a rare Loomian, but it is still unknown. Now after saying these points, I do really believe there's a big chance of Starla being a legendary Loomian. So guys, this theory, I really like it. It makes a lot of sense to me. How was Starla even found in Route 8 if you cannot even hunt for it, if you cannot even encounter it? How did it suddenly appear in Route 8? For me, it really makes sense that Starla could be a new roamer in Loomian Legacy, or maybe it's just part of the story. But my final theory on this whole situation is Starla is going to be a software settable roaming that we will encounter, and Starla will be able to evolve. This is my theory as to the whole situation, and I would love to hear what you guys think down below in regards to everything I've said in today's video. Well guys, I believe that's going to be everything for today's video. If you guys enjoyed watching, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm Armenti, and we lit.